Hey, what's going on, guys? So if you guys follow me down on Twitter, you guys know I went to EA Play LA just this past weekend, or I should say actually beginning of the week, since I went on a Monday. And I got a chance to actually play a couple video games that EA had out to pretty much offer. That includes Titanfall 2, Madden NFL 17, NHL 17, FIFA 17, as well as the biggest title of them all, Battlefield 1. Now, this video ain't going to talk about the sports games or the other FPS shooter. I'm going to talk mostly about Battlefield 1. As you guys know, I'm a big Battlefield fan, no matter what. I enjoy watching Battlefield content. I enjoy watching random montages, random things, just all these epic moments and stuff like that that's just been seen throughout the community. And getting a chance to actually go to EA Play and just playing Battlefield 1 was just amazing. I really didn't think that I was going to get a chance to play it, but I managed to get a chance to actually play it. But while playing it, I actually got a chance to actually see some of the nice work and balancing that they did to the game, as well as what it made me feel like, how the bugs worked out in those, if they can fix these type of bugs and what's going on. So without further ado, let's begin. Obviously, getting into Battlefield 1, it felt a little bit more of a hardline approach than it does basically as a Battlefield 4 approach. If you guys have played hardline, including like myself, that I've been playing for over a year of it, you understand that the time to kill is pretty fast paced, it's pretty quick, it's pretty hard to actually control. The weapon balancing is about the same as hardline, but less than Battlefield 4. By this, I'm talking more about certain things. The mixture of both games are there, but the one thing that I've noticed is that while playing Battlefield 1, you notice so much little details that kind of flip off on you. But I want to talk a little bit about the Recon class. Getting a chance to play as a Recon, is my all-time favorite class to always use. And while using this class, a few things kind of took me by surprise. I was not aware that the flare gun actually spots out enemies. I was unaware that your frag grenades can actually do damage to the really light medium tank car. That's the one that actually is a car that has just a tank covering on top of it. Not only this, there's also a few other things that I've also noticed. While using that class, the scout, or not the scout, but the bullet drop isn't as much as it was in Battlefield 4, being that the game is still close quarters combat, so it's more of a Battlefield hardline approach. As for assault rifles and everything else, I really didn't get much of a chance to actually test all of them out, but I managed to test a couple of them out. The LMGs are nice, but it's kind of weird to look down sights. The assault rifles or carbines or whatever you want to call them, the bolt actions, they're all pretty decent and useful, but there's still a few things that I gotta say. The shotguns are well overput, well balanced, and while getting in close quarters engagements, those things can really help you out in most ways. But the one thing that really took me by surprise is the way the vehicle dynamic and vehicle gameplay was. I was actually able to hop into a tank and was manageable to get at least 30 to 40 kills straight off the bat. And it's pretty quick and easy to get those kills. What's surprising is that I started getting a crowd behind me during EA Play, and these people were just telling me how good my accuracy was with the sniper rifle, how good I was running with the tank, how much points I was getting for PTFOing, stuff like that, and it was actually pretty fun and energetic to actually have. Now, something that actually took me by surprise was the Behemoth. Apparently, when you lose, the Behemoth comes in on the losing team, and while my team was losing at one point and we managed to turn the tide because of what I did, I managed to actually get a hold of the Behemoth, took one side of the Behemoth and started laying down suppressing fire down on the ground forces. Because of that, I managed to actually push a waypoint for us to get through, and my team managed to get at least 3 to 4 flags because of me. Now, obviously getting on top of the Behemoth was one thing. Getting off and managing to get a sniper scope or something right off of it is something different. I was actually managed to get a few kills from the top of the Behemoth without using the actual gun itself, but using more of the sniper rifle that I had in my hand. It was actually pretty impressive. I enjoyed it, and a lot of people applaud me for it. A couple people actually cussed me out, but that's because I play like that, and they also accused me of hacking, which obviously it's at EA and there's no hacks for it. Now, something that I really want to talk about right here on this game is the way the game feels with its dynamic weather. As you know, the dynamic weather is something that we have seen in previous games, part of Levolution, but in the way that they have done it here in this game, it just rolls in randomly, kind of like Levolution, but it will also switch out to something else. And by that, I mean, when you play with Levolution, the thing would stay on. An example of this would have been the dust storm that comes in on Gulf of Oman on Battlefield 4, and it just basically stood there the entire game, and it was hard to actually get visibility on. But when the fog rolls in Battlefield 1, It kind of reminds me of the dust storm in Battlefield Hardline, where the dust storm will come in, it will do a quick little thing, maybe like a good 3 to 4 minutes of covering, and then it will switch off to a another type, or it just goes back and the entire weather thing pattern and everything else is just completely covered in dust. But except in Battlefield 1, the weather would switch off again, something more of rain. You would start off either in rain, you would end up in fog, end up in a clear day. You would go in a clear day, end up with fog, go with rain, or vice versa. It's just a matter of what you feel. Now, something that really took me by surprise is the airplane dynamics. The airplane dynamics are kind of tough to get a hold of at first, but after getting a hold of it, it managed to pop in a few rounds into things. I only got 1 or 2 kills from it, and I was actually just the gunner seat. But being on the pilot seat, it was actually pretty cool seeing what you can see. I remember seeing my pilot getting not sniped out, but getting shot out by an enemy plane somehow, and I just had to take over, and the animation to switch over just took me by surprise. That's another thing I also want to talk about a little bit, is the animation. The animations are pretty awesome to see when it comes to vehicle gameplay. But something that I noticed is that when you're going through the animations, you also realize that you can move the vehicle around while the animation is still going on. So if you're hopping into a tank, just remember that you can actually do a couple vehicle damages, or do move your vehicles around if you're the driver, or shoot your gun. But that's just something that you guys gotta experience for yourself. Battlefield 1 overall is an amazing game, and that I would be happy to pick this up if it was at this stage. This stage so far as a pre-alpha build impressed me so well. Now coming down to the beta base, if you guys want to know, the beta is coming and it's going to be here during the summer, but we do not know exactly when. Most likely it's going to be in the next 2, maybe 3 months at most, but other than that, it's just going to be a real quick beta, maybe a 7 to 8 day, and you just got to learn how to play it pretty well. Anyways guys, I'm Perfect Nightmare. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and my thoughts about Battlefield 1. If you guys did, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to my channel for more Battlefield content. And if you didn't, go ahead and dislike and tell me what I need to improve down in the comment section. Anyways guys, I'm Perfect Nightmare. Peace out. See you guys in my next video.